It was a normal day, November 7th, 1940. A brand new enormous bridge stood over the Tacoma Narrows in Washington. It was a masterpiece. A thing of beauty. Long, slender, very, very modern. People called it Galloping Gertie. A funny name, but it was about to become famous for all the wrong reasons. On that morning the wind started to blow. Not a hurricane, mind you. Just a steady 40-mile-per-hour wind. Nothing a big, strong bridge couldn't handle, or so everyone thought. But then, something absolutely mad began to happen. The bridge started to move. It wasn't just a little wobble. Oh no. The whole thing began to twist and ripple like a ribbon in the breeze. It was dancing, violently. The solid steel deck swayed, the concrete deck swayed, up and down in enormous, terrifying waves. Finally, after hours of this insane twisting dance, the bridge gave up. With a deafening groan of tortured metal, the main span ripped apart. You might think building bridges is a modern thing, something we've only just perfected with computers and big machines. But you'd be wrong. Even ancient people were brilliant bridge builders. Thousands of years ago, the Romans were the undisputed kings of this. They didn't have steel-reinforced concrete. They had stone wood, the arch. They figured out if you cut stones into a wedge shape and arranged them in a curve, the stones would push against each other and support a massive amount of weight. It was genius. These Roman bridges were so well built, many are still standing today, still carrying traffic. The Pont de Gard in France is one of them. It's a bridge and aqueduct absolutely colossal. It's a testament to the idea that if you get the design right and use good materials, your creation can last for an eternity. They understood compression, pushing things together, and built structures that were fantastically strong and unbelievably durable. Over the centuries, we got cleverer. We moved from stone to iron. In 1779, the world's first major iron bridge was built at Iron Bridge, England. It was a revolution. Iron was stronger than wood and you could cast it into new shapes. It allowed for longer spans, lighter spans, more elegant spans. Suddenly, we could cross rivers' gorges that were impossible before. A massive leap forward, a sign of the Industrial Revolution's power and ambition. Then came steel. Everything changed again. Steel is the superhero of building materials, incredibly strong yet flexible. This enabled modern suspension bridges like the Golden Gate Bridge. So if we've been building bridges for thousands of years, why do they still sometimes fall down, in the most spectacular way? The reasons are usually quite simple and often very stupid. The first one is a bad design. This is what happened to Galloping Gertie. The engineers just got the maths wrong. They didn't account for the wind, and the bridge shook itself to bits. Another example, the Millennium Bridge in London. Thousands of people walked across it and it started to wobble side to side. They had to close it on the first day. Next culprit? Bad materials. Maybe a bad batch of concrete or steel with hidden cracks. Day after day traffic makes weak spots grow. This is called material fatigue. Example, the Silver Bridge, West Virginia, 1967. A tiny crack in a steel eye-bar failed after years of growth. The bridge fell into the river in under a minute. A small flaw, colossal disaster. Nature is the most powerful enemy. Wind, we saw Tacoma Narrows. Water, floods can scour foundations. Scour washes the soil away around piers. The Schoharie Creek Bridge, New York, 1987, collapsed after massive flood. Heavy rain eroded the soil around the piers and the bridge just collapsed. Earthquakes, violent ground shaking can tear structures apart. Finally, the two most preventable reasons: overloading, poor maintenance. Bridges are designed for a set weight. Overweight truck traffic jam with too many vehicles. Not looking after them is worse. Inspections are needed, painting to stop rust, fixing cracks. Cutting maintenance budgets is gambling with lives. Morandi Bridge, Genoa, 2018. Years of neglect led to catastrophic failure. A bridge failure is not a small problem. It's a catastrophe that can halt a city, destroy an economy, and most tragically, take lives. When you really think about it, a bridge is an incredible act of trust. Every time you drive over one, the people who designed it, the people who built it, the people who are supposed to be looking after it, you trust that the steel is strong. You trust the concrete is solid. You trust the maths were done right. You trust they've checked for rust. You trust they've checked for cracks. You don't think about it, you just drive. You expect to get to the other side safely. Almost all of the time you do. That is the miracle of good engineering. But this trust can be broken. As we've seen, when things go wrong, they go wrong in a big way. They go wrong fast. And they go wrong in a terrible way. Taking care of these structures isn't just about fixing cracks or painting steel. It's about honoring that promise. It's about keeping everyone safe. And that is a very, very serious job indeed.